Hello YouTube, this is BUB'S Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul. I've got with you right here is Hardak. You guys remember Hardak from the animated series, Batman the Animated Series. So he was a robot that took over Bruce Wayne and then took over Batman, so pretty cool. And let's see, we have Howard the Duck #1, which is a hilarious story if you've never read it. It's just weird. If you like weird books and that kind of ramble on and go nowhere and break the fourth wall, and if you like that kind of stuff, Howard the Duck is right up your alley. And if Howard the Duck's right up your alley, we might could be friends. And you got Hunt for Wolverine #2 with a great Greg Land variant. Old Patch working his magic on Storm there, and it's also signed by Greg Land. So there you go. Hope you all appreciate that. Today we're going to go through the second half of my haul from Black Friday. Went to a local comic shop called The Archives in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And these are all books that I picked up for $1 out of his magazine bins. So he has a lot of old magazine bins. So I went through those, and you know me, if it's a magazine bin, I'm going to be hunting for some Wizard. So there you go. Wizard number 48. This is a Jim Balent cover with Catwoman, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman all on the cover. This thing's amazing. Look how thick that is, first of all. Good grief. That thing's huge. But look at that. Isn't that fantastic? I just love this cover. So good. I don't go crazy over picking up these books. I'm trying to limit myself if I see them for $1 or less. But if you or any of your friends collect Wizard comics, you'll know that the Wizard line, if you collect all the specials and everything like that, that's a massive collection because they're really heavy, they're really thick, they're oddly shaped. This right here is inside of a Golden Age thick bag. So it gives me enough extra room, and the backing board still fits, and so that's what I do with mine, so I can file them away normally in my cabinet. So usually the bigger ones like this, they go in Golden Age. I do have a few that slip into Silver Age, just barely. They're more comic sized, but they're not really magazine sized either. They're kind of in between. So for any of you having a hard time bagging and boarding your Wizard collection, most of them will fit in a Golden Age size bag and board. So there you go. And I love Jim Balent art, and I've never seen Jim Balent do 3 women on one cover, 3 superheroes and villains, however you want to put it. And he's easily my favorite Catwoman artist, and that is my favorite Catwoman outfit, save only for the animated series outfit, which I also like very well. So, keeping the Wizard train rolling, we have Wizard Special Edition. And like I said, if you're collecting all the Wizards and the Special Editions, holy cow, man, that'll run you ragged. But that one's pretty cool. XMen Special, Wizard Special Publications on the XMen movie. And latest, including the final team roster. Look at that. Terrence Stamp with a question mark. Patrick Stewart with a question mark. Russell Crowe with a question mark. Spoiler alert, only one of them ends up in the final roster. There's Wolverine, and that is, I don't know, Brando and Townsend and Liquid with a, so who knows who that did. But that's a fantastic cover. I love Magneto's little charge up that he's got going on off his hands. Classic outfits, great Wolverine pose. I mean, what's not to like about that? That's awesome. If you collect comics, I don't know how you could not be drawn to these as well. I think it's probably a pitfall because there's so many of them, and take up so much space. They're super heavy. Next we have Tomb Raider, the Wizard Special on Tomb Raider. I know for a fact I already had this book. I knew when I bought it I already had the book, but I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't help myself. So I bought it again, and I was even in the shop. You ever see a book you already own? And you start deluding yourself into thinking, look now, here's the deal. I'm going to buy this book and here's why. You start telling yourself all the reasons you're going to buy the book. I'm pretty sure my other copy has like a price stamp on the back. I'm pretty sure there's a stain somewhere. Or the pages are wrinkled. It's got rusty staples. Whatever it is, you come up with 100 reasons why you can't pass up this book. You know full well you already own, but you're going to buy it anyway. And that's pretty much what this book was for me. I knew I already owned it. I came up with 100 reasons why I should buy it again, but the best reason was because it was only $1. So that's what I did. So I went ahead and bought it again, and I don't regret it. Next, we have a book that I knew existed. I saw it actually. Give a quick shout out to Comic Head 84. I saw it. He was selling one that was signed and numbered and signed. But here's Heroes, the 9/11 special that Marvel put out, and I thumbed through it. It's pretty cool. I think they could have done more with it, and I know that there's another kind of tribute book that they did that I understand goes a little bit more in depth. But this is kind of just page vignettes done by various artists, kind of memorializing the events of 9/11. So that's what this was. I didn't own a copy of this book. I've always wanted one, but I always kind of felt offended when people are asking like $50 for this book. Right now, I would say that you could get a mid to low grade copy of this book for probably, I don't know, $10 to $20 pretty easily after shipping. So that's not too bad. The price on this has come down. And I think one of the main reasons that the price came down is because there's several that are signed by 3 or 4 of the artists and writers, and then there's and it's also numbered. So I think that one can command anywhere from $50 to $75. And that's all raw, by the way, because all those signature signed books, none of them are CGC Witness that I've ever seen. They're always in either green labels from CGC or they're red labels from CBCS or wherever. So I've never seen one for sale raw in the wild. So when I saw it, I had to buy it. And then when I saw a second one, I had to buy that. And when I saw a third one, I had to buy that. And that's it. So I couldn't help myself. I bought 3 copies. It was all 3 copies that they had. I don't know if it'll be a good giveaway book. It's kind of a different type of book. But I think it's kind of an important book as far as comics go. And being from New York myself, that it was kind of important that I had this in my collection. And I think I'm going to take one to work and have it framed and put it up in my office. So that's one thing I'm going to do. Maybe send it off to get graded, but I don't really care about the grade. It'd just be about putting it in a nice case. So, and last but not least, we have Batman Returns, the Topps official poster magazine series, number 1 of 3. I think 2 of 3 is probably the Penguin, and perhaps 3 of 3 is Catwoman. And I have no love for the Penguin. I hated Danny DeVito's Penguin. I know some people like it, like Area 51 Mike is a big fan of Danny DeVito's Penguin. I just couldn't stand it. I thought it was grotesque. And the Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, I thought she looked right, but I didn't really care for what they did with that character either. I thought they made her a little too psychotic. But I know a lot of people love that too. But for me, Michael Keaton always had Batman right, so that works for me. Featuring the Caped Crusader, giant Batman poster inside, and basically this entire book is the poster. So it unravels into a big Batman poster where he's got like 2 fists up. Really not the best poster I've ever seen, because I was kind of hopeful that it would be something I might want to take out or use. But it really isn't the best Batman poster out there. So I'll just leave it like this. Actually, the cover here looks much better than the poster. So I hope you all appreciate that and enjoyed that. I know they're not technically comics. It's a magazine haul, all comic related. And so there you go. That's what we got. And I will leave you with the one that started it all. Wizard number 48. Look at that. Jim Balent killing it. Killing this cover. Absolutely love it. Hope you all appreciate that. We'll catch you next time on BUB'S Comics. Remember to read a comic or a magazine and never, ever apologize for the glare. Catch you later. Bye-bye.